and welcome to From Lea with Love. And today I have Miss Clydia Richardson here with us, and she is an extraordinary fashion stylist and also an owner of a boutique called Green Goddess in Camarillo. So thank you, Clydia, for being here today with us.
Thank you for having me.
Now we're just going to dive right into it. So, tell our audience a little bit about your background and how you got to where you are now.
Okay, well, I really love clothing, fashion. I've always had my own sense of style, and I think there's a lot of self-expression in fashion, and it's really great that you could wear what you want and make a statement, as to who you are. And I started in the fashion industry in about 1980. I opened up a salon and a boutique on the beach. And I started making Renaissance costumes and bathing suits and selling wares, and just kind of took it from there.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So how did Green Goddess come to be? So tell us that little journey of how you led to this boutique, because I know there's quite an interesting journey on the way to Green Goddess.
Well, as you remember, I had Bags to Riches, and that was a great shop that was in Camarillo, Old Town. And I was actually walking to get us both lattes.
Yes, us. We go back a little bit. So.
And I saw this great shop. I looked in it, and the walls were green and the floor had some green to it, and this idea popped in my head. Oh, this is gonna be my next little dealio here. And I remember telling you about it, and you said, oh, what are you gonna call it? And I said, Green Goddess. And a couple years later, the owner came in and asked me if I wanted the building. I'm like, what? I never told anybody. I said yes, and started with the concept of empowerment for women. Green Goddess, to me, women, we're all beautiful in our own way, and there's a goddess in all of us. And green to me meant recycling, giving a new meaning to an older piece of fabric that was well made. So that's kind of what started that whole project.
So in the shop, what you have is some vintage pieces.
Yes.
Do women come in and trade? Is there consignment? How does it work there at your shop?
Well, that's not really the main part of my business. What I focus on in that store is styling. Styling is really the main part of it. Just fitting women in clothing that fits them properly and is designed for their body type. Yes, I do trades, and my way of doing buying is different than consignment. I don't literally do consignment anymore. I have buying arrangements that I make with my customer base. So it's all done by appointment, and I work with people that I have kind of like great ongoing relationships with.
That's awesome.
Thank
So someone could just come in and they have a special event, and can they just happen to walk in, and if you're there, they got lucky, they could get styled on the spot, or should they make an appointment with you?
Well, absolutely. If I'm there, I'd be happy to help them. Sometimes I have to work on other projects, and I have girls there that are also trained to work with everyone just as well as I am. So we do work with people on a walk-in basis. I do a lot with appointments because of a certain type of clientele that I work with. But yes, you can walk in at any time.
That's awesome. There's so many wonderful gems there. And as a matter of fact, this is from Green Goddess. I love this dress. I feel like just some boho queen in it. And there's just so many. I mean, you can spend hours in there and find just these treasures. Like I'll go in there every once in a while and I go in there with an intention just to talk to you, and then I'm like, oh, I need this, I need that, I need this. No, please, that's for me. Don't show that to anybody else.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. So tell me why you chose this profession, the profession of the empowering women and styling women. So why did you choose that?
There's a big need. Women have a lot on their plate. Women go through a lot, as well as men, but it's, the world's become more difficult, and
I'll drink to that.
Right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Pardon me. So, in my walk in life, I've been through a lot, and I always turn to my closet. Every day when I start my day, I think, oh, what am I going to wear today? Mm-hmm. How am I going to put this together? Sometimes I might take a necklace and put my outfit around the necklace.
Yes.
Sometimes it might be a pair of shoes, or, whatever mood I'm in would depend on kind of how I dress that day. And in my being in the fashion and the beauty industry, I've seen a lot of women come in and out and not feel great about themselves, or not feel great about their shape, or what they're going through in their life. Or women and mothers can be so busy, sometimes they put everything before themselves, and I understand that. And so it makes me feel great to help other women feel great. And I just think I've got a little niche in being able to just real quickly pull some pieces and have them try them on, and have them really be excited when they walk out the door.
So with that being said, what separates you from the competition, if you would?
Okay, that's a good question. Let me think for a second here. Well, I do know whenever someone walks in the store, if I may say myself, is beautiful. The women that work with me, they are beautiful in the way that what they offer. When someone walks in the door, their presence is lovely, they're kind, they're hospitable. Our customer service is excellent. The quality of our clothing is excellent. The clothing is made very, very well. I handpick every piece, and I'm very particular about what I bring in. And the other thing is, majority of the clothing on the market is designed to be disposable, and I have a problem with that. That's why I'm doing resale, because I really have a problem with the fact that the American way of life is we buy these products, we use them once, twice, 3 times, throw them away. That's a serious issue in our American way of life. So I say those are the things that I'm most mindful of, and what makes my store work and important and consistently the same.
Yeah. And to add to that, I would go back to the pieces that you have in there. Like I said, there's so many one-of-a-kind things. So that's why when I'm in there and I see something that really is calling to me, I have to have it right then and there, because I'm not going to see it again.
Me too.
Yeah, right? So it's just so amazing. Again, like just all the treasures. I mean, right down to a scarf, just everything is just so unique and special. And that's what I love about it, because I like to think I love shopping resale. And when I do, what I think about is the story about each piece. Like,
right.
where were you before I had you? What did you see? Were you taken care of? So it's really special to go into those stores, because you could feel that vibe and energy. And I love also another thing in your shop. There's times when you have just little open houses, and you'll have hors d'oeuvres that some that you bake yourself, so that there's so many things that do make you different. And it's your intuition, your empathy, and your just how personable that you are, and everybody in the shop. And I will agree with you in that every time I walk in, I feel like I'm walking into my best friend's walk-in closet.
Thank you.
Yeah, so I love that.
Thank you.
So tell me about a project or accomplishment that you consider to be the most significant in your career. Now I know I'm sure there's plenty, but if there's one that really stands out to you, what would that be?
Wow. I've had some pinch me moments. Working with the fashion industry, it's been like a dream come true. I said to myself one year, about, 6 or 7 years ago, next year I'm going to go to LA Fashion Week. I don't know how, but I'm going. And during a very difficult time in my life was something that had happened. I got a phone call from some women that I had styled that owned a magazine, and they asked me if I would take their place. They weren't really feeling up to representing their magazine, and I said, sure. When? And it was the following week. So I got all dressed up and ready to go, and thought, okay, is this for real? Are they going to call me and say, oh, never mind? But I went, and I ended up backstage and being toured around and working with E! News and doing the red carpet event, and it was the most beautiful venue I'd ever been to, and that just got me dreaming. That just, they used me so much that night unexpectedly, and they were so pleased that I was there, and being there I thought, oh, I could do this. I really realized my ability backstage, which I've done a lot before. I thought, I want to be doing more of this. And then from that point on, I started working with a high fashion magazine owner, and I went to Sue Wong's fashion show.
That's not waiting for
And she really puts on the most phenomenal shows that I've ever seen orchestrated. Every square inch of her show is sheer perfection. And I was able to be a part of a great deal of her shows, quite a few. And backstage, photography, I have a great relationship with her, and I'm excited to be able to go to her warehouse and do buying, and so I'd say that was a highlight. And then Badgley Miska's fashion show, he had it at the Burbank airport, and he and Steve Madden flew in on an airplane up to the runway, and it was all done in the 1940s, and I dressed the part, and it was really the most phenomenal event that it was like being back in time. And that's really one of my favorite eras to dress in, so that was just like the cat's meow. So those are the things that I ponder on every so often when, there's days where things just are off, and you gotta tell yourself, okay, I can do this, Yeah. So that's it.
Yeah, and it's amazing, because I do remember what fascinates me is that I've seen the magic happen. I've seen you say, oh, I love this dress by Sue Wong. I'm gonna work with her one day, and then I'm all, what, a picture with
right.
her, what, you're at her, this is incredible. So that's so powerful to me, and to see it, it's just, wow, it's amazing. So you are very blessed, and
yes,
you sure know how to manifest, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. So talking about magic and all that good stuff, so what is your superpower?
Oh, my superpower. Well, I believe we all have one. I really have a strong faith, and I believe in a greater, higher power, and I believe that in the power of our mind and positivity and gratitude and just really looking within your own heart, that and just calling on that, taking the time for that every morning. Every morning I start my day just deciding I'm going to put my best foot forward, and just really looking for that faith and that direction, and that claiming that greatness and that power, and knowing the way I want my day to start. Today I woke up late and really raced to get here. Today was not the day.
But you're here.
But there's I think we all have the ability to do that, and I think it's it's important that we take every matter and everything that we have in our life and just make the utmost best in it. And when we do that, I believe that we're really blessed.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So if fashion became obsolete, what would be your career choice and why?
That's so funny because, well, it never will, bottom line. It's one of the biggest industries in the world. Well, I would probably work with children, or I'd become a landscaper.
Still creative? Being creative? What would you be doing with children if...
I just love kids. I love to inspire them and just help them think and believe and have a vision bigger than where they're at, you know? Kids are magical and amazing, and they're so real that I just really like to take and be with kids and evoke a vision in them.
Mm-hmm. And you have grandchildren, right?
I do.
Yeah, so you get to practice that with them.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What keeps you motivated?
One, I'm a dreamer. Two, my faith. And I'd say my family and my friends. You know? Is that answering that the right way?
Oh yeah, if that's what keeps you motivated, that's what keeps you going?
That's the way I could think to answer that.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
your answer. So what's coming up next for you? What's in the horizon for you?
I haven't really talked about this yet, but right now I'm bridging a working relationship with a manufacturing company, and I'm looking to start focusing on launching my own designs.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah.
So could you just tell us a little bit what that would look like without giving it away?
Okay. My collection will be a couture. I want to focus my collection on fitting different body types. So if, well, and I'll just say something else. It's hard to not be specific because what I'm doing is kind of unique. And then what I'm going to design will be able to be purchased with the design choice of many different genres of style.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Ooh, this sounds really interesting.
It will be. It will be.
Oh my gosh.
If I can make this happen, in my vision and my design plan of one aspect of my collection, it's pretty cool. I haven't seen it done before.
Wow. So how do you prepare for something like that? Do you have vision boards? Is it all just up in here? Do you have it written out? How do you bring this to life?
Well, I do have a vision board. I have quite a few sketch pads. I have prototypes. I have plans. I mean, I have 2 or 3 books that have lists and plans, and there's a lot to it. It takes about a year to take a concept and an idea and then get it to production and then get it to the runway.
Wow.
Yeah.
And how excited are you for this?
I'm excited. I'm anxious. It's bigger than life, and there's a lot of it that I don't know. But it's amazing how, as I decide each step, people are just kind of coming to me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, yeehaw, here we go.
Yeah.
And I believe it's going to happen, and I know it's going to be great.
Yeah, I mean, like I said earlier, every time you say something or you dream up something, eventually it comes to be what it is. And a lot of times it's been, just magical is the word that always comes to me. And
Yes.
so that's why I love to be able to support you because I believe in what it is that you're doing. So it's pretty amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You've been a really important part of my life. You know, you've been really involved in a good portion of my store time, and your friendship and your support has been an important part of my life. So thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. No problem. Now, where would you see you as an individual in about, let's give it 10 years from now? Where are you? Are you on an island? Are you?
10 years. Wow. I haven't thought that far ahead.
Get creative.
Okay, I like to think that in 10 years I'm going to be retired.
Okay.
If everything does go right as I plan and envision and am beholding in my mind. Right now I kind of have a 2-year plan. So, and then maybe a 5-year plan. I have, my boys are in Tennessee and Mississippi. I don't get to see them as often as I like, so I've thought, well, I'd really like to have a place out that way and be able to have the freedom to travel.
Nice.
You know, the way I like to see them. So that's definitely what I've been thinking a lot about.
So how many children do you have?
4, and 2 stepdaughters.
Nice. Yeah. So that keep you busy?
Yes. They're an important part of my life. I've always put my kids first.
Yeah. That's awesome. So by you doing that and setting that example, you can, let women know that it is possible. Because I remember when I first met you, I was actually in beauty school, and you would go with your bags, you have all these purses, and put stuff for sale right there. And I remember, let's see, what do you got? You got good stuff. And then you said, hey, I'm going to open a store. I'm going to do, again, with saying you're going to do something, and it comes to me, would you want to help? Yeah, sure. We'll see what. I was like, yeah, this is it. So that's what started that. You had the shop, and then it was just amazing to see it from you, the bag lady.
No.
Bags to riches. And being able to run that, while having a family and living life and just, like having challenges and bumps in the road, but nonetheless, you just always seem to come out on top with it all. So I think that's a major reason why I wanted to bring you here today, was to let the audience know that you have dreams, you have vision, and there's this inspiration that you can do it. And without going into so much depth and details and letting all your personal stuff out there, it has been an interesting ride for Clydia. And so every time when you think, oh my gosh, she's down, it's done, there's like miracles that happen in your favor every single time. And when you come back from it all, it's even that much more. It's bigger. And so it's amazing. So I really admire you for that, and I think
Thank you.
I think it's phenomenal. I hadn't seen you for a little while, and I come in and see you, and you're in friggin' magazine. You're like, you're featured in so many things. You're doing so many great things, and I thought, oh my gosh, this woman did it. So, and you're continued to do it.
Thank
so
you.
Is there any piece of advice that you would like to give women, men as well, of course, but it's like we could relate obviously to women and the struggle in that respect. So is there something that you would like to say if they're even in a down place right now?
Yes. I would say it all really has to do with your mindset, your purpose, your intention, your ability to take a situation and look beyond it, and just know you have to make the best out of every situation. I have been through a lot of very difficult things, and some of them I didn't know how I was going to get through it. And again, I just looked within myself, my faith, and just the power of the mind and great friends. I have amazing friends that have just been there for me. And I think that it's a matter of what you put into something as well. Mm-hmm. You know, if you put into having great friendships and great communication, and you are an expression of good things in life, then that's what you get back, good things. If you walk around with an attitude or angry, or you digest things that way, then that's going to block the good things coming to you. So I think there's a lot to it. Not to say that I haven't, had some of those, but just really looking beyond the whole picture, and then just take. Sometimes, you have to go 1 minute, 1 hour, 1 day at a time, and just talk to yourself in your own mind in a positive way. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you have to just keep telling yourself something over and over to look beyond where you are. Mm-hmm. I have.
And I do feel that one thing that does help is feeling nice, and exactly. You're surrounded by a lot of amazing pieces where you're at, so you're like, oh yeah, I think I'll wear that today and that. So I really think that helps, and that's another thing that women could learn from, and get from coming into the shop is, you may come in feeling low, mm-hmm. but then you leave, you feel amazing, and you learn things along the way. You learn how to style something together. You'll learn how to use what you have in your closet already and just add a few more pieces.
Right.
So there are some really neat pieces. So I've got this bag, and hello, this bracelet here has a fox on it. This is my favorite piece. I saw it on Instagram and I was like, that's mine. That is crazy cool. It's so unique. I've never seen this in my life. So I just want to say, when you go into Green Goddess and you get to work with the beautiful women in the shop, you are in for a treat, and you're going to leave feeling amazing, and you're just going to gain so much confidence just by walking into the store. Just being surrounded by beautiful things is amazing, and it makes you feel good. So with that, go visit Green Goddess Boutique in Camarillo, and also you can go to your Instagram, which mm-hmm. is
Green Goddess Boutique.
Simple as that. How can you not find it? So go there, make an appointment to get styled, or make an appointment just to go in and take a few things if you want. That being said, again, just go, and you will feel great. And thank you so much for joining us today, and thank you, Clydia, for being here. I love talking with you.
My pleasure.
And